Hi, everybody. I have a special surprise for you. Michelle from Royal Daily Tea and I have decided to start reviewing different movies. We're kicking off the holiday season by reviewing some Christmas holiday movies. Here is the first one. And we're going to be doing one episode a week on my channel and one episode a week on Royal Daily Tea's channel, her history and fashion channel. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm trying to diversify. I think I'm going to start calling it this segment Revealing the Scene or Revealing Pop Culture. I'm not sure yet. If you have ideas, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. But without further ado, let's get into this conversation. It was so fun. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my new channel called Revealing the Scene. And I'm joined here with the special Royal Daily Tea. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for welcoming me on your channel.
Thanks for being. What are we doing today?
We are going to be reviewing some royal Christmas movies.
This is going to be awesome.
Countdown to Christmas.
So everybody, I mentioned in my recent live that Michelle and I have a surprise for you. And ta-da, here it is. What we're going to do over the next 7 or 8 weeks is we are going to watch different royal inspired, or maybe not necessarily royal inspired, but holiday or Christmas movies. And then we're just going to talk about them. We're going to try not to have there be spoiler alerts, but let's be real. All of these movies, it's pretty predictable what happens at the end. So in this episode, we are going to talk about the movie A Castle for Christmas, starring Brooke Shields. And then also, if this is interesting to you and you love this, which you have to, Michelle and I are going to talk about a different movie on her channel. And that one is, what was the name of it, Michelle?
A Royal Date for Christmas.
A Royal Date for Christmas. So you are not going to want to miss that because, man, there are some parallels to things you talk about usually. But yeah, let's get into it. So if you have a chance to go watch A Castle for Christmas, please go do that and then come back. But if not, let's just have a great conversation. So let's just do a quick 1-minute plot summary in this movie. I'm saying book because Brooke Shields is an author in the movie, and she plays a woman named Sophie Brown, and who is an author who just killed off a main character, and everybody hates her. So she escapes to Scotland during Christmas time, and she ends up buying the castle. Just so happens that that's what happens. And of course, she falls in love. So that's the movie we're going to talk about. Is there anything you want to add to that, Michelle?
Well, first of all, I want to talk about our beverages. A lovely cup of coffee and a mug that is Britain inspired. One of my bestie actually made this. Get the lipstick. My bestie made this for me. She has a shop. You can go and check it out. But yeah, this is my Christmas mug with some coffee. What are you drinking today, Tiffany?
I am drinking out of my High Grove China. This is the only China that I've ever owned. And I am drinking, I'm drinking the High Grove Christmas black tea. And man, my house smells like cinnamon and spice. It's delightful. Oh, I should take a sip too. All right. So is there anything you want to add to that synopsis just now, Michelle?
No, we've been waiting to record this for a couple of days. We're so excited. Just to let you know.
We're literally like at our phones.
Yes. We've been so excited, you guys, about this. But I'm telling you, I have Christmas on the brain. It's November 15th, and I'm ready to put up my tree. I don't know what's wrong with me this year, but that's why we're like, oh my God, we have to do the holiday royal movies. We're both obsessed. We're like twins. Her and I are so alike, it's scary. But anyways, I am a huge Brooke Shields fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved this movie. I mean, I think she's recently started getting more into acting recently with Hallmark movies. This one I think was on Netflix, but I loved the movie. I just think it's warm and cozy for this time.
It totally was.
Everybody wants to go to, I want to go to Scotland. And City of a Banner, like I'm ready to go. I want
to buy a castle in Scotland.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
And I think, by the way, my phone's been listening to our conversations because I keep getting ads on Instagram that was like, you could be the owner of this castle in Scotland for $985,000. And I'm like,
Yes.
great. Now I just need $985,000.
Were you the one I talked about that I have a royal title that I got for Christmas one year for me and my best friend? You can own 1 square foot of land in Scotland, and I'm a lady. I am a lady, so I'll have to give you the link. You can buy land in Scotland.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that.
I-
So let's talk about a couple of themes from this
Okay.
movie. The first one I want to just brush on is reinventing yourself, which is essentially what Brooke Shields did. She was this world famous author who was going through personal troubles in her marriage. She ended up getting divorced.
Yeah.
And during that time, she ended up killing off a main character. So she escapes to Scotland. So I want to ask you, Michelle, have you ever fantasized about running away or getting away? And what is that fantasy?
Literally every day. Every day. Pretty much becoming the lady of a manor. No, like I don't have to be a duchess. I could be a countess. I could just be a lady of the manor. You know, I have my royal portrait. Romeo's about to get his royal portrait. I have my lady title. To find a gentleman who has an old estate home, a home that's been in his family for years, you know, I can tell the maid she missed a spot, you know. I think I'm good. So yeah, I think reinvention is huge, especially for people of my generation, Gen Xers. I think there's so many people my age who are reinventing themselves, and I'm a big proponent of that. Life's too short. You can change, exit, pivot. Quoting Megan, pivot another direction. I'm a firm believer of you can start and stop. Life doesn't stop at 50 or 60. So yeah, I do like the thought of reinvention. And who doesn't want to escape to Scotland or Ireland or the UK or Canada? Somewhere different. I think it's a fantasy that a lot of people have. And I think that's why they make movies like this, because it is a fantasy.
Yeah.
What about you?
I do all the time. I love the home that I'm in now. I absolutely love where I am. It is. It's totally cozy and it's totally me, but it's expensive where I live. And I was laid off recently. So I want to minimize my expenses as much as possible. So I kid you not, last week, I was looking at places to live in South Carolina and I think Tennessee. So, and I found listings. I have a friend, she and I joke that we should get a duplex together. So I was finding duplexes, but she didn't like the cities I was choosing. So we'll see if that happens. Plus, actually, my mom would get I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I want to move. And she thinks I want to move closer to her. And she was like, well, where do you want to move? Come over here. There's a lot of places over here. And I'm like, no, like South Carolina. And she's like,
oh no.
Why don't you just move to Antarctica?
You come to Texas? I need more friends in Texas.
Yeah, I looked at Texas too. There were a couple of cities. I actually traveled to Austin and then, oh my goodness, what's the name of that city? I think it's where Texas A&M is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What city is that?
Bryan College Station.
Yes, that's where I went.
I'm on the outskirts of Austin, so we'll talk about it. But Austin is really big and populated, but on the outskirts is where you want to go because it's close to Austin, but it's also like my town has about 100,000 people in it.
Oh, I love that small. You know, one of my like dreamiest dreams is to have a porch and a rocking chair. You don't even know. And then if it's raining like that too, and then with my dog on my lap, that is what heaven, I imagine, is like.
I don't have a rocking chair. I have a porch that I haven't done anything with, but I'm going to eventually. But yeah, I like where I live because I have green space behind me. So
I also really like the homes that are, oh goodness, what are they called?
The tiny
country something?
Country. country.
I can't remember, but they're like this. I mean, what house? It's not like that, but they have porches and they have stone like pillars, kind of.
Okay.
I'll have to remember what it is, and then in video editing, I'll put it across the top in text so everyone knows what it is. Okay, so theme 2, which is something I think we're going to see a lot of as we talk about these Christmas movies. And it's going from enemies to lovers. That's what happens with Sophie, and I'm forgetting his name.
We'll just call him Duke.
Duke. Because he is a Duke, yes.
The Duke.
And between Sophie and the Duke.
Right.
And they really do not like each other. He is the original owner of that castle, and the castle is having financial problems. And in comes Sophie to purchase the castle. So already this is like a relationship that was going to have conflict because it's his home, and she might be buying.
They always have conflict.
Yeah, they always have conflict, and this was their particular conflict. Okay. So what do you think the Duke could have done that would win you over specifically?
Well, I think he kind of did it in the movie. Are we allowed to say things that he did? I think what it was that he was hurt, and he's a very proud man, and he was upset that he was losing his home to an American outsider. The typical Hallmark plot. Mm-hmm. And it saves the day. The Christmas tree farm goes out of business, whatever. Same thing with the castle. The whole village is depending upon the Duke. Thank you, saving the day, rich author from America. I think he didn't like her because 1, she's an outsider. 2, he's been burned before. He's been a loner. That's the thing. The thing that I liked about the story was you have 2 broken people come together. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that the love story was for people over 50. Because being over 50 myself, I mean, yes, we like seeing cute little 25-year-olds, but it is nice to see people, like you said, kind of a second chance at love. So you have 2 older people who are broken, who have been there, done that, been on their own for a while, come together. They have that meeting where they don't like each other, they don't get along. And so what he did eventually was he swallowed his pride. And I think that's a huge thing. A lot of people will not swallow their pride to go after someone, especially if you're broken. People just quit. And I like the fact that both of them kind of didn't quit, but he kind of went after her like an old-fashioned chivalry.
Yeah.
The horse and the kilt, and I'm like, okay, that's working for me. Men don't put in effort, in my opinion. So the fact he put in effort and swallowed his pride would have won me over. What about you?
So I have to admit, what she said that made him mad, I get why he would be mad. Whoa. Because she says to him something along the lines of, and when the sale closes, you can still live here.
Right.
And he's like, what are you talking? This is my home. So you were going to kick me out? And like, look, I think they didn't think about the logistics of the sale. I mean, of course they thought about it, but the sale of you just have 2 opposing personalities. Yeah. She thinks she's being generous by telling him, like, please stay here. That's what she's saying. And he's hearing, oh, you can continue living on my property. And that, and I understand though how he would take it like that, because a lot of his identity is tied to that home. Right. So, and like you said, the entire village is depending on him. There's so many people are employed through him. So that I think was a that I think was like, I understand why there was a conflict, but I think the sweetest thing he did was that, okay, I'm going to rewind and tell the plot. Brooke Shields' Sophie's father used to live at the he lived on castle grounds. And one time he snuck into the castle, went into an area that he wasn't allowed to go into, and started carving his last name, which was McGinty. And he only got 3 letters in. Mm-hmm. So Sophie shared this with the Duke, and the Duke originally no, he didn't scoff at it. He was like, that was probably my grandfather that caught him, and I wanted to be a different man than my grandparents. So he kind of, I think, felt guilty that he did scold Sophie for trying to find it, but he ended up finishing the carving.
Yeah, that was cute. He thought he was erasing it, and he was actually, then he's like, I wanted to complete it, and he completed the name, which to me was like, that would have been the moment right there.
Yeah, done.
Right there. That's
where do I sign the papers?
But see, here's the thing though. He was going to move out of the castle because she bought it. So, I mean, he technically was saying he was going to leave, and her saying, well, you could stay on. But again, I can see your point that he was like, oh, you're throwing me a bone. You're telling me I can stay in my castle. But technically, it was her castle now. So it was kind of a weird moment.
Yeah.
That romantic thing. It kind of reminded me like Downton Abbey. You know how Downton Abbey had all the rich men, all of the aristocracy with titles and homes, and they were broke. And then the American socialites would come over and they would marry them, and they needed the money, so they would get the title. So and this was kind of like that instance where the American woman with the money came over and saved the Duke, right, and his estate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a weird moment because he was technically going to leave
which, by the way, everybody, Downton Abbey is on our list of things to talk about. So come 2026, we're going to go through the Downton Abbey movies. Okay. Yeah. So stay tuned. Okay. So let's talk the big thing for me. Okay. The castle was the star of the show. Oh, wow. Like this movie was 40% plot and 60% castle and scenery and snow. So that brings me to this question. If you bought a castle, what are the first 3 things that you would do in that castle? And let's actually make this Christmas themed. Okay. What are the top 3 things you would do if you bought it during the holiday season? What would you do? Okay.
Well, the first thing I was going to do was make sure it wasn't haunted. if we're not doing Christmas, but let's be real. Let's get the ghosts out the place. Okay, so let's just make that a first one. Make sure it's not haunted, unless they're going to be friendly. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I would do is obviously the Christmas tree. Hello, we need to decorate the house. Big Christmas tree. In the movie, they go and they cut down a tree in the forest, of course. So yeah, I would have a big Christmas tree. I would decorate the entire house. The second thing is I'd have a huge Christmas party, huge Christmas ball. I would invite everyone from the village to partake in it. And the third thing would be, a nice big Christmas dinner with the family, in the big formal dining room, big Christmas morning, fireplaces lit, basically it would start for the entire month of December. Christmas decor everywhere, trees in every room, a big ball, invite the town, maybe some caroling. Yeah, I would just do it up. I would do it up. But again, the ghost gone first. Then I would do it up. What about you?
Okay, I am such a nerd. Obviously Christmas decorations, and I'd bring my mom. And I wonder, I could just picture my mom. She'd love it. She'd love it. But my mom smokes. She's smoked since she was 16, and she's about 80. So it's actually not good for her to quit because her body has depended on it for so long. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm pretty sure my mom would find a corner or somewhere outside that would be her smoking area. So that's awesome. I would make sure that my mom would get nice and settled. So that would be number 1, get my mom settled. Number 2, have all the decorations, the Christmas tree, everything. And then number 3, that's a lot of land. And there's a lot of dogs that could fit on that land. So this is not just a castle for me. This is a castle for all sorts of animals. So I would make sure to set it up for my dog right now, for my little Aurora, but I would also be taking on a lot of other animals. So that's what I would do. Oh my gosh, isn't it such a good fantasy? Can we do this now?
Yes, and it's such a good fantasy. I love it. I love it.
I love it too. I love it too. Okay, so let's do final verdict.
Okay.
Do you think that this is team happily ever after or team holiday fling?
Obviously, ever after. Has to be. You're in a castle.
It has to be.
With the dude.
It has to be. Yeah.
He's gonna marry her though. He's got to seal the deal. He's got to marry her. Then she's gonna come and she wrote. Oh, well, I can't say, but she may or may not have wrote another book that was the bestseller.
She won. Oh yes, because she was writing one.
That's right. But I do like the fact that they had her on the Drew Barrymore show. I thought that was
there were a lot of connections.
Girl, the second
movie for sure, but this one because Brooke Shields and what she said about Megan at South by Southwest. Oh, that's so precious.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
So I grew up with her in the 80s. She was one of the it girls. Like this is before reality stars of the Kardashians. She was a top model and top actor. She was the it girl of the 80s. Her and Princess Diana were like pop icons. They were up there. Brooke Shields was it back in the day. So I like to see her back in a movie. I love her. Yeah. Blue Lagoon, come on. Can't beat that. You cannot. Did you ever see Blue Lagoon?
I did not.
Oh my God. Tiffany. You have to watch it. It is
2026?
Yes, girl. Such a classic. Everyone in the audience is like, I cannot believe Tiffany has
probably.
Tiffany, come on.
Is it sad?
No, it's about getting shipwrecked as teenagers.
Okay.
Iconic movie with Brooke Shields.
I know I can like picture what she looks like in it, but like I remember this one picture of it, but I haven't actually seen it.
You have to go see it. Iconic. Okay. Yeah.
And then the other connection, like you said, is the Drew Barrymore show. And Drew Barrymore like laid it on Brooke Shields. Like Drew Barrymore was like, well, I'm angry with you too. I don't like that you killed off that character.
Right. She killed off a famous character in the book. So you have to watch it. So I would say I highly recommend it. Thumbs up, holiday movie.
Thumbs up. And I want to say that it is Team Happily Ever After. I feel like I'm always going to say it's Team Happily Ever After, but I also think that their dynamic, they're just going to butt heads. Their personalities are just kind of different. So they will be happily ever after, but there's going to be some fighting or not fighting. There's going to be some disagreements along the way.
To being in charge.
So
butting heads, but if they get married, you know, maybe she'll let him take the reins of the castle when she's off writing books. Who knows?
Yeah.
It might work.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay, everyone. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this movie. If you've seen it, let me know if you watched the couple of minutes that we talked about it, then went and watched the movie and came back. I want to know if you did that. Yeah. And then if you like this conversation that we're having, please go to Michelle's channel. We'll put a link to the second video that will go on Michelle's channel in the description of this video. And this is going to go on Michelle's channel called Royal Daily Tea History and Fashion.
That's right. You got it.
I got it. Because I know it's going to be history and fashion. And let me know in the comments if there are any recommendations you have for the next movie that we're going to cover. We're aiming to do this once a week. So I hope you enjoyed it. Any last words, Michelle?
No, I'm just so glad we finally did it, and I'm excited for our next one. And I already have a whole bunch saved that we're going to do. But again, leave your suggestions down below.
Yep. Thank you so much. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I drop a new video. And thank you so much for being here. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.